In our last lesson, we learned how to help our coachees work through their struggles by developing a personal leadership agenda. Today, we'll discuss a quick concept I call frequency and how it applies to coaching and follow-up. Most people understand the term frequency. In science, frequency is the number of occurrences of an event over some unit of time. In coaching and follow-up, it might be described as the number of opportunities to course correct over a given period of time. Learning has a frequency as well. In many organizations, the primary opportunity for feedback is during employee reviews and evaluations. That's usually where employees formally learn about how they're doing in their job and with their performance. Usually, they'll learn about both successes, things they're doing well, and challenges, things they need to improve. Let's use this performance review process as an example of how frequency works in these relationships. Let's imagine that a supervisor gives formal reviews on an annual basis, so the rate of course correction is annual. Each year, the performer would get formal feedback where he or she could figure out if they were on track or off track in various areas. They would then charge down their path of course correction for another year before reconnecting with how they were doing. Sure, they would have indicators along the way, how they were treated, increases or decreases in responsibility, or other variables that they could interpret. What if those reviews were moved to quarterly instead of annually? What would happen to the development of the performer? How about monthly, weekly, or even daily? In theory, constant coaching would produce the fastest change. In reality, it doesn't work like that. When people are performing well, achieving results, and trending in the right direction, often allowing them space to figure it out will create better results than constantly trying to teach new things. So how do we know how much to coach and when to back off or slow down? This is where the concept of frequency comes into play. When someone is significantly off track and not trending toward a solution, then it's silly and irresponsible to just let them get frustrated and struggle. Perhaps the frequency of course correction, feedback, and change should be increased. Monthly coaching meetings might be increased to weekly or quarterly to monthly. As results improve, the performer demonstrates improvement, and they're making positive changes, then it might make sense to move coaching and feedback to a more extended time frame, from weekly to monthly, for example. Recently, Mark and I were discussing the difference in growth between carpenters and window salesmen who both work in construction and who both have to be good at measuring to do their jobs. Carpenters become very proficient at their trade and specifically at measuring in a matter of days or weeks. Window salespeople, who also need to be proficient at measuring to do their job well, tend to take years to be great at taking measurements and are much more likely to make mistakes months and years into the process. Why the discrepancy? It's the frequency of their feedback. Carpenters get instant and constant feedback. They cut a board the wrong size and generally they know their mistake a few seconds later. Windows salespeople have to order and manufacture windows and most often have weeks or even months between the time they measure and the time that they realize that they made a mistake when the windows get installed. As you build a work environment with more frequent feedback, it is both kind and powerful, especially when someone's struggling. The willingness to integrate growth, results, and increases in responsibility into the frequency of coaching is an important part of being a great coach. Today, look at the current people on your team for whom you have some type of coaching responsibility. Do any of them have a frequency of their coaching and feedback that needs to be increased or decreased to allow for better results? Reach out to any team members who need a shift in their frequency and make a new agreement with them about the changes that you'd like to make. In our next lesson, we'll learn more about 3 of the most common mistakes managers make when providing feedback.